Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. There's no discharge in the war.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Shepherd's Pie. I'm Tommy,
I'm David.
and we're back after a vacation. It's been quite a while since we
Too long.
picked up the mic, since we hopped on the Discord and recorded some stuff for you guys.
We gone done fucked up.
A little bit, but it's fine. It's fine.
We really tried to have like some stuff backed up, ready to go. One of our episodes actually is going to need to be re-recorded because we lost Tommy halfway through somehow.
It's a tragedy.
Yeah, and then I thought we were going to be able to start recording again after I went on vacation. Tommy went on vacation, thought we were going to start recording again after that, and then I was working doubles and couldn't get back into the swing of things. So we are back. We are getting into the swing of things.
Life happens, man.
Yeah.
Life happens.
Yeah, a lot of crazy shit.
And right now, with this not being like our full-time jobs, it's like you
a
can
hobby.
kind of afford to
Nobody
take a
cares.
little bit if you need to.
I think there's 3 people that will have noticed that we weren't uploading for a month.
Yeah, literally,
Like-
literally.
Whatever. But
Our future fans, though, I mean,
Yeah, if you-
they're not even going to notice at all because we'll have hundreds of more episodes ready for them.
if you missed us, make sure you like, follow, subscribe so that you never miss another episode. You see when we're going to be uploading, what we're going to be doing. So today's episode, we're just kind of ranting, getting back into the swing of things, letting you guys know what was up and what's been going on, our take on things.
You were the first one to go on vacation.
Yeah. I was a little reluctant to go on this vacation. I've
Yeah, you were saying that.
mentioned in previous episodes that like I'm not really financially in a place to take at least that kind of vacation. I probably could have swung some travel, but the family wanted to go to Epic Universal, and a lot of other things happened too. We'll get into that, but I was like, I got this baby. I can't be, that's stressful. Like, if anything, like, I'll go. You guys go to the theme park. We'll hang back, and it'll still be a good time. Get to see the family, but like, heck with spending all that money on that kind of theme park, I see it as a waste of time. Not waste of time because it's fun. Waste of money for sure. I think it's a cash grab. I think it's
Well, yeah.
I
mean, that's exactly what it is, right?
some kind of manipulation. It's definitely a psyop because it's like everybody thinks, oh, well, the kids deserve to have that experience at least once. And it's like, why? Just because they built it out there? Like, just because it exists, the kids deserve to have that experience? Like, nah, it's not that special, really. It's really not.
Yeah, man, I went to Disney World when I was a kid, and I think of that maybe once a year whenever someone else brings up Disney World.
Yeah.
It doesn't shape anything in my life. It didn't make me better because I went to Disney World. I don't feel like that was really that big of a deal,
Yeah, like, everything's special when you're a kid. And
Yeah.
really, it's just exorbitantly expensive for something that is just a lot of stress for the adults. And yeah, it's cool to see, but I mean, we live in a day and age now where you can check it all out online. It really isn't worth the thousands. But,
you could do it virtually.
yeah. But I've been a Mario fan since I was 3. When I was 4 years old, I was beating Mario on my own. And
Oh, yeah.
I'd been playing it ever since. So the Mario theme park, my sister, or Beth, you guys are familiar with Beth.
Yeah.
She saw fit that like I needed to go because I loved Mario so much, and I really appreciated it. It was pretty awesome. It was like stepping into a Mario level. It was friggin' sweet. I got pictures. I'll throw some
That
up.
sounds pretty cool.
But there's like I was telling my wife, there's this like guilt factor because like even though it was her choice, she wanted to do it, she decided to spend the money, like it was a lot of money, so even just going, there's that. And then like she saw that we needed a couple things, well, they're there, so she's buying those things when like I could have swung it, but also like she didn't want me to spend the money because I expressed that we couldn't swing the trip even. So like
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
So
this
that's
underlying
rough,
like there's this like
Yeah.
underlying guilt factor the whole time. But
I mean,
I feel
dude, you
blessed.
gotta
I feel
also-
grateful.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a good time. We got to be with family, and it was friggin' sweet. It was like an experience like none of us had ever had before. So there's that. I did experience the thing that they're like, everybody deserves it once. It was like living a different lifestyle. But-
Yeah. I actually know exactly what you mean by that, though. Because that is a thing, right? Like,
Yeah, but, like-
these little vacations that people do where they do stuff like that. It is. It's almost like you're trying to step into a different lifestyle. Like, it's not
And
what you do normally. We're not all rich throwing
Right.
money around.
Right, and it's a lifestyle I hate now. Like,
Yeah.
like if you can afford that, by all means. I'm not saying like I hate you for being able to afford things. That's not what I'm saying. It's like the keeping up with the Joneses, the
Yeah.
like trying to do the thing because they said so. Because like my real dream, like the lifestyle that I envy, is like the vacation you had. You went out to your brother's and worked on the homestead, and that's freaking dope, man. I wish my family would like put more effort into getting that happening.
Yeah.
And get the homestead going, because that's really where my head's at. So anyway, I really want to talk about the theme park, because the theme park was set up. Again, pictures I'm throwing up. In the front, there's this big intricate gate with all these ornamental, almost like celestial, and like they're hearkening back to like the different parks that are there. So there's Mario, How to Train Your Dragon, Harry Potter, and then there's like a horror themed place. So like there's themes that harken to those, but then also the main hub of the place is called Celestial Park. Let me check to make sure. Celestial Park. So like the center hub, there's these portals to get to each theme park. And the Celestial Park isn't in and of itself its own theme park, though it has like shops and vendors and a couple rides. So it is equivalent to the other ones, because that's all each of them are. It's like shops and vendors and rides.
It's like a portal. It's like a portal hub.
Stuff. Yeah, it's a portal hub. So my take was that like because in our cosmology that we're setting up, our frame of reference for all of these things, it's like the celestial bodies, the stars, the planets, those are the angels, right? And so some of them would have fell, and those are maybe not all of them, but them and their offspring, who are the Nephilim, those are the rulers of ancient times that we see in myth and legend. So through this celestial park, and right at the center, I'll put this up here, there's a gigantic statue of Luna, celestial moon god. And look, she's got the rabbit. So we just had the Easter episode.
Crazy.
She's got the rabbit. And it's saying that hold on, let me pull it up so I can actually read it.
Yeah, that's insane. I remember when you were on vacation, you ended up sending me that, and I was like, that is definitely some like divine feminine
So
moon goddess worship
the
and
go-
idolization.
the goddess Luna draws the veil across the world as colors pale. Her glowing face reflects the light and pulls the stars into the night. And so, like, of course, I went into it trying to be like, oh, I'm going to be tinfoil hat. I'm going to try to look for whatever sketchy symbol. I was hit right in the face with it because that's right there. As soon as you walk through that gate, there's this gigantic statue to a moon goddess.
Yeah.
And she's saying that she's pulling out the color. She's pulling down the stars. And so to
Yep.
me, that's Satan. Satan led the other angels into falling. Satan saps the happiness and the light out of anything, the color, and it imitates, just like she does, pretends. What did it say?
Yeah. The face reflects the light
Reflects. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Satan's trying to be God. What does Satan do but reflect
Yep.
the light? So and Satan's the divine feminine. So to me, here's a giant statue of Satan right in the middle of the theme park.
Yeah.
No.
Divine feminine. It's goddess worship. That's
And then
that's that
through the
energy, man.
yeah, it's really crazy. And then through the power of these celestial bodies, you're able to go through these portals and into these other worlds
Yeah.
and experience your dreams, experience your fantasy, experience things out of this world that are magical. Like,
But they're all crafted, right? They're
yeah.
all like crafted
Yeah.
little realities.
they're all fake,
like,
they're all
set up for you.
imitation.
They're all little prisons.
And they're taking your energy and they're taking your money
Yep.
and they're imprinting things onto your children.
Yeah, the symbolism is insane at these theme parks, man.
Yeah.
That was Universal, you said?
Yeah, Epic Universal. And it was dope. It was freaking dope.
Isn't Universal like just so that's just the movie type shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Universal Studios.
Did they have like Jurassic Park type stuff?
Not there, no. There was How to Train Your Dragon, so there was dragons.
Yeah, it's all gonna be the Universal theme stuff, yeah.
The How to Train Your Dragon thing was dope. There was this mountain so everything, I just wanted to climb it. Like,
Yeah.
so the Mario level, it's set up like like I said, like you just stepped into a Mario level. And it was super crowded because it's brand new and it was the day the movie was coming out because the Super Mario Galaxy just came out.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be absolutely
It was
flooded.
absolutely packed. So kids are trying to do all the events and all the games and get on a couple rides, and one of the rides is like 2 hours long, and I'm like, you know, it'd be way better than all of this is just being able to climb on everything, like parkour up the side of the walls, because that's all I want to do is like actively, or like, you know, do the Mario thing. And like they got a couple,
like play with it.
yeah, they got a couple boxes set up where you actually hit them and get coins, but I want to climb the thing. But no, the Mario thing was dope. I'll put a bunch of pictures up in here. After the Mario thing, the kids were tuckered, and we did.
Oh, of course.
We did get try to get some food, and I'll own up to a little bit of thievery here, and God forgive me, but I rationalized it, and an employee heard me say it, and he didn't say anything.
So he rationalized it too.
Yeah, it was like $25-$30 a plate, and we get the plates, and like they're these cool little Mario plates, but they're just plastic. It's nothing super crazy. And I'm like, you know what? You're paying $25 because you get to keep the plate. And I just grabbed the plate and I put it in my bag. And the worker's like, no problem. Said nothing, did nothing.
That is so cool.
Like, whatever.
Dude, that's cool.
So I
don't give a shit. That's awesome.
I got some Mario dishware. And then after that, we went to How to Train Your Dragon first, I think. Yeah, Harry Potter was last. So we went to How to Train Your Dragon, and that had some really cool rides. And we didn't do too many rides at Mario because the lines were way too long. But
yeah, you're going to be there the whole day trying to just get on one ride.
Yeah, like dope animatronics and stuff. and that one we hung out at for a while. And then the Harry Potter one, my sister said they filmed some of the show there, or some of the movies, and
Ooh.
yeah, and it's you have the wand, you can interact with stuff around with the
Yeah,
wand.
interactive.
That
Yes.
one was mostly like a shop, but there was a cool like circus thing that was going on where there's like a little tent set up out front, and you go into the tent and it's sneakily like built into the building behind it, so it's like the tent's bigger on the inside,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you go in and watch a circus happen. Got a puppets and stuff, but that was really cool. Magical creatures.
Like a illusion. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep. I was sunburnt, tired, stressed, had a blast, hungry as fuck.
Yeah, now you're good for at least a decade before you do it again.
Needing a smoke. Yeah, now I can say we done it. You did that once in a lifetime thing where it's like everybody deserves to do it once. We did it. So
Yeah, but with the second,
I'm grateful for it.
little
I'm
one.
not gonna be too bitchy. Nah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, see.
So like, if I guess, and maybe this is the thing. Like, if I could set ourselves up in a way where I'm 100% happy with our lives and where we're at, and I have extra still, and then I could be like, okay, let's go do the thing. But until then, I would rather work solely towards those priorities, because I feel like that's what the children deserve more, is to have those things that we're working towards, not the frivolous extras. The frivolous extras come after.
I have
And
like a
maybe
hybrid belief with it.
I'll concede that maybe my siblings are right where they want to be. So they have the extra, and that's what they want to do with it. And that is a great thing.
By all means, yeah.
Then they're blessed. And so no judgment. I started out being very upset with everybody. And I guess I'm getting a little bit upset again, because now they're like, oh, we should make a maybe bi-yearly destination family reunion. And I'm like, no, like, why are we all about spending all this money? Like, let's get a piece of family property that we could have a family reunion at, that'd be dope. But maybe I gotta just concede that it's not anybody else's priority and just make it my own.
Yeah, that's kind of at that point, I think that's what you'll end up having to do in your own like head, in your own mind and circumstance, because not everybody's going to be on the same page. And I've realized that with my own family. I've been trying to tell people for freaking years, like, let's go in on something. Let's do something. And unless I actually did it and like really instigated it and then like built a path for everybody to follow, nobody's going to go blazing that path with me. And it's like, all right, I mean, I get it. I do get it, because most people are just trying to live their own little life, and they don't really see like a possible way to make the dream come true.
You know what I was thinking is like,
I don't know.
At least what we've seen in the Bible so far is that it's like you have the effect on your sons and the people below you. Like you're never going up or to laterally. I guess like Joseph being the youngest did just get all his brothers in on his shit, but like you said, it's like after he already went out and did it all himself, established it, everybody came. So like that's where my head's at more, is like if I'm gonna prioritize shit, it's gonna be for me and mine. And then if anybody wants to come up on what's established, that's awesome. That's even better. But like I'm not gonna be so upset about trying to get them all in on what I'm prioritizing anymore, because that
like
just doesn't make any sense. I've always wanted to live with the family, and that's what we all talked about growing up. But now we're growing up, and everybody's got their shit going on, and if they're happy with what they got going on, man, like we were kids.
Yeah, you live in like an idealized like version of reality when you're a kid, because you don't have any responsibilities.
Right.
You don't have any real idea of what life is outside of a responsibility-free life.
Right.
Where other people are taking care of the bills and the behind-the-scenes work. Once you step into that yourself, though, I mean, I don't know. If you're able to go out and do vacations all the time and stuff like that and spend money like crazy, like that's awesome. If you're not though, then I mean, see, I kind of like I was saying, I have like a hybrid belief with it. Like I definitely understand exactly what you're saying because that's why I live the way I live.
Right.
I don't like going out and doing shit, dude,
Right.
because I'm not capable. Like I don't have full like lockdown of the homestead.
Right.
I don't even have like my own true homestead. So
Right.
it's kind of stupid for me to go out and buy even like new clothes. It's like that's stupid. I should be saving money. I should be
Right.
trying to either invest or do something to try and stabilize myself. But I also feel that there's got to be room for not just fun because you can have fun doing stuff that you do all the time like gaming or hanging out with certain friends all the time or whatever. There's certain stuff that you can do that's fun that doesn't bring you outside of your box, but there's a merit and a value to that like exploration, that like going out and adventuring, the the doing something new. And yeah, it might even cost a little bit of money, but there is value to that even if you don't get like much in return outside of just the experience. Experience in itself holds value.
Yeah.
It does. But I would definitely suggest, like, I mean, when it comes to going to like Universal or going to these theme parks, like, you're not wrong at all. That shit is literally like a giant scam, really.
Yeah. Giant.
Unless you
Sorry,
have shit tons of money,
I forget who
it's
said
just
it,
a
but somebody said it
lease.
was either Beth or my wife. I forget which. Somebody said that it's a macro transaction. Like you got your
Yes.
microtransactions in video games. This is your macro
Yes.
transaction for those games and those movies.
Dude, that is such a good fucking
Yeah.
term.
Yeah. I was like,
That
wow,
is
you're
such
so
a good term.
like you're smart and funny.
But she is really smart and really funny. Stop.
Wow, that's really smart.
Yeah, it is. Macro transactions. I mean, it only makes sense. If we have microtransactions, there's got to be a macro.
Yeah.
And that is definitely a macro. Well, like stuff like buying cars and buying houses
Yeah, so
and
like
property and
anybody
stuff.
with
Those
a
are all
large enough
macro.
yeah, anybody with a large enough intellectual IP can scale it up from there. Like think about Pokemon. Like Pokemon's started as well, the company started as like just a magazine, and then they started making playing cards, and then they started making Pokemon cards, and then they started making the game. Or they made the game first, I believe, and then they started making cards after that.
That's
And
crazy.
and then the show, and now all the toys and all the games and all the theme parks and all the stores and all the everything. Like
Yeah.
your
They franchised out. That's what it is. It's a franchise.
yeah, your intellectual IP grows large enough, you can do whatever with it. And
But yeah, dude, I mean,
I have an intellectual IP I want to do something with, maybe on a future episode.
I think that your head's in the right place with all of that, with the vacation and stuff. It's
Right.
in the right place, but you can't let it also subtract from, like, if you're gonna do the thing, then do it. You know,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna stand on the way you feel about it and not do it, then don't do it. But if you're gonna do it, then go do it and have fun. Like
Yep.
fucking try to note all the cool little conspiracy shit you see along the way, the statues and
Oh,
the sayings and
there's
shit.
more.
Note all that stuff, but then just go freaking have fun. Try not to go bankrupt or anything, but
Right.
freaking for sure go do the thing, because I mean in normal life you don't get to do a lot of stuff like that. So
So we also did a water park, something H2O. I don't remember the name of it anymore, but that was pretty freaking sweet.
water
more,
parks are the best.
more water slides than I cared to do. A little bit out of my comfort zone. The older I
Yeah.
get, the less I am liking rides. I'm not about like inertia in my guts anymore.
Yeah.
So anything
Yeah.
that was chill was good. The couple times I got pushed out of my comfort zone, it was still pretty chill and awesome. And we all got, again, more sunburnt, and so now we're all lobster frying. But I forgot to mention, we had this B&B that we stayed at that was a really nice house. And crazy thing was that it was in this community of thousands of similar, not even just similar, exactly the same little ticky-tacky little houses, and just streets and streets and acres of
Airbnb?
Just Airbnb, probably. So like seemingly the Airbnbs, at least to us, they tried to get us to buy the place, or I think it was like they were offering a timeshare sort of thing. But yeah,
Timeshare shit.
yeah, it's like vacation homes, like just streets and streets and streets of vacation homes.
That's wild.
Like, maybe people are living there, but the because like it's vacation central, you know, you're right in between, or at least right next to like Universal Orlando, Disney, wherever you want to go. Like all the other theme parks around there, Kissimmee is full of them. And so, you know, like it's just full of that shit now. Airbnb has ruined the real estate in Florida, and it's just kind of disgusting. Just how they've, because you know it's just millions of dollars are being made hand over fist every single day, and they just destroyed the swamplands, and they don't care about the people that live there, because now everybody's, like I said, like the residential market is destroyed out there because everybody just buys to rent, and so nobody can afford to buy a house. It's pretty rough, and it's kind of gross just driving around and seeing it. And
Florida's wild like that because they don't even have state tax because of the tourism.
Yeah.
The tourism there actually pays for everybody's like sales tax.
That's crazy.
Like there's no sales tax. That's freaking insane. But it's
there's
because
sales
it's
tax
tourist.
in Florida. It's 6 cents.
What is it? What's
no
the tax that they don't have though?
There's no property. No, there's no state income tax, I think.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Because they do have. I said sales tax. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
No, you're good.
But yeah. So like because of the tourism though, they get so many people coming in and out of that place all year long that it's just like
that's how it should be.
It pays for it.
You know, you should have other means of making your governmental money than off of the people. The tax is illegal.
Yeah.
So good on you, Florida. You figured it out. You got another way of making your money.
Oh, dude. Slight tangent here with because we're talking about taxes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's supposedly it's either the 1st or the 5th, and now I feel stupid for not knowing. But supposedly there's going to be a nationwide kind of protest for taxes and everything, and like the war and like this administration.
Yeah, so they said nationwide strike May 1st. I guess until the needs are met, until the demands demands are met. And it's like, who decided? The list seems really arbitrary. Like I've got a few things that I would demand and like a bunch of other things that I would like to see happen. But I feel like nobody's top 5 demands would be the same, you know?
Yeah.
How do you get everybody to strike on nothing? There's no grounds to stand on.
I think that is kind of the tactic, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody's divided on what they believe. Everybody's divided on where they stand and what they imagine a productive country is, or a productive society, or everybody's so fragmented now, and it feels very much so by design. And that makes it so that things like this we should be doing shit like this. If we're Americans and like
people
we
don't
have
realize
the right
though,
to
like,
do it.
What do you do when you own your own business? Like, you gonna strike yourself? Like, you are your own boss. These guys that are contractors, the people that own their own restaurants, their own stores, like, who are you striking against? You just gonna close your doors? I guess, but like, I don't know. Shit gets rough when you're just striking forever. But I think it would only take a week of everybody. Like if you had 100%, I mean, if you had 75% commitment, maybe even 50% commitment, a week of just everybody doing absolutely nothing, that would hurt. That would hurt real bad.
It would draw massive attention.
They do just print money out of thin air, so it might not hurt at
Yep.
all, but I mean, it'd be worth something. Yeah, it would draw massive attention, if anything.
And I think that the real value doesn't even come out of how much money you're depriving the system, or even the lack of productivity. I think that the real value of it is showing a unified civilian front. I think that's the biggest thing that could ever be taken from something like that. If it was successful, say May 1st comes around and I go to work and nobody else is at work, I'm going to be not going to work the next day.
What if,
I'm not.
I mean, you wouldn't just leave if you showed up and you saw that they're like, oh yeah, fucking 40% of the people didn't show up today. You wouldn't just turn around
No,
and leave?
probably not that day. No. I'm already there. I'm going to work. I'm going to make the money because I don't have any PTO.
You're a scab.
Whatever.
You used up all your PTO?
Yeah, for the vacation, bro.
Damn.
Yep, so I'm back to ground zero, having to fucking grind for it.
I had 4 weeks of vacation. I only used one of them.
No shit.
Yeah.
You've been working at your place a lot longer, though.
Yeah. I got baby coming, too, so I'm saving it for that. I had some rollover from last year.
Yeah.
I need it for the baby.
Right?
Yeah, you get 2 weeks. I get 2 weeks from my company at full pay, and then state pays you like 61 or 63. Yeah. It's a little bit more than half. 63% for up to 12 weeks, but I can't take 12 weeks of that kind of reduced pay, so I'm going to do 2, and I'm going to use my own vacation for 2 full weeks of pay, so I'll have 4 full weeks I'm taking off. That's how we did first baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad.
No,
that
good.
way you're not really noticing any type of like financial decrease either. So
yep. And if I need more, I can take more.
Yep. Yep.
So
I don't know, dude. If people did fucking stand out for this shit, though.
Yeah.
And
I encourage everybody to, if you can, if you have any means to, just even for a day, not go into work. Maybe for a week, don't go into work.
We're recording on the 23rd.
Don't spend any money.
It's like a week away.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. It would be, dude, I'm rooting for it.
It's a peaceful protest, so I'll encourage the heck for it. That's what I've been saying. Boycott, protest with your dollar bills, with your time, with your attention. And that's exactly what it is. So yeah, all day I'll encourage it. Don't go to work. Don't spend any money. Stay at home. Do nothing. Work on your own stuff. Into it more, not do nothing. Do your own stuff. Work on you.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. But I'm thinking with this protest or strike, who organized it, first of all? I don't know. I think that this goes for any strike or any protest. For
Seems to always come from power.
Any viewers. Yes, that's where I'm going with this. So it's like if you have this angst in your body and in your spirit because the world ain't right and you know it and you want to do something about it, and then all of a sudden you hear about some awesome protest that is being put on and a bunch of people are drumming up support and you're seeing it on social media, you got to kind of take a pause for a second and figure out where that's coming from, because what happened what was it? The insurrection. And for all those listening, there were air quotes around that. It was not an insurrection. But so like for that, everybody was called to come and protest. And they went and protested, and little did you know that was actually put on by like the government. They had crazy amounts of FBI agents and intel officers in the crowd, and they pretty much led the entire thing to be what it was, and then to be labeled what it was, and the fallout of that was insane. So many people got arrested. So before you do freaking protests, make sure that they're organic and that they're kind of headed up by solid type of people and have solid intentions, and
at least make sure that what you're going against isn't being funded by the people that you're going against.
Yeah.
Like,
They're way more well funded than you are, so
yeah,
just know that they're
you-
gonna have like assets in there.
yeah, you're gonna go protest a thing that's being paid for by the people that you're protesting.
By the Soros mafia,
Yeah.
by the frickin' the Red Shields, the Rothschilds.
Well, I can't think of anything else for my vacation. I might,
Well,
but
that sounded like a good one though, dude.
Yeah.
That was actually a
So-
decent vacation.
one more thing. There was the well, no, we did the beach. The beach was dope, super packed, but beach in Florida is always awesome.
Yeah, beach is
I
great.
don't got to describe the beach. Y'all know what the beach is. We had a good time, buried the kids, made mermaids, sandcastles, got absolutely blistered. But I was on the Airbnb place. There was like little water parks, not even little, like decent sized fucking water parks, like spotted around the neighborhoods. So you didn't even have,
Really?
you didn't even have to leave the Airbnb neighborhood to go to a water park. And
that's freaking
there was
cool.
a couple of them, and they were different, and they got little gyms attached and little shops attached, and there's bars, and it was pretty sweet. So
That's wild.
shout out to Beth for making that happen. Shout out to the family for
Yeah.
being dope. Good vacation. Much love. Blessed. Hashtag blessed. Like,
Heck yeah, man.
couldn't have done it without the Lord. But want to hear about your vacation, Tommy? You had little siesta in the woods on the mountains with the animals all by your lonesome.
Road trip paired with mountain man farmsteading. It was pretty cool. I mean, so I helped my brother move to this place in Virginia last year, pretty much a year ago from when I went to vacation this year. So I already kind of know what the place is like, and when he moved there, it was pretty barren, and we just moved everything in. But then I get there a year later, and it's like they have all sorts of animals, they have all sorts of shit going on.
Right, you got there when it
And-
was fresh, and now you're seeing it
Yeah.
once they're established.
Yeah, and I mean it's going in the right direction. That's for sure. But so I mean I helped them move there, so I'm like kind of invested in this place, you know. Like I have a little bit of an investment going on with it. I put some time and sweat and tears into it. So
A day a year.
yeah, literally, right.
I'll give you 8 hours a year.
Well, I flew down to
Oh, well, no,
Florida.
this time it was a week.
Just about, yeah.
Week a
just
year.
about.
I'll give you 40 hours a year.
It wasn't bad. I might be going back for hunting season too because
Fuck yeah.
of how Virginia is for their hunting. I mean, as long as my brother, who shares my blood,
Bro.
and he owns the land, I can go hunt there
Can I
and kill
come
a
hunt?
deer, and it's good.
I want to hunt this year. I want to come with you.
Dude, fuck yeah. Dude, my brother would be so stoked to have both of us come
could
and
just-
go hunting.
we
He
could
would
just
be
take
so stoked.
We could just take a long weekend and go bag a couple deer and bring them back with us.
Dude,
Feed our
legit.
families. Fuck yeah.
legit.
Gotta make
Because
that
dude,
happen.
he tends like that's something I have to say about the brother too. He's like a
Tends the land.
avid hunter, avid and outdoorsman. He's an outdoorsman. He's got his own Instagram and channel, Public Access Outdoors, and he does fishing, hunting, the whole nine. He actually had quite a few followers on there too. So if
Shout out
the
Public
outdoors
Access Outdoors.
and fishing and hunting, if the outdoors is your thing, go give him a follow because he does it and he does it very well,
Fuck
very
yeah.
well. But yeah, so he nurtures the land very well and he takes good inventory. He knows what's on the land. He knows the animals. He's got trail cams, so he's able to monitor the populations of turkey, of bear, of the deer, everything. He keeps track of everything on the land, and he feeds them. He has like a couple of areas where he's able to feed them, and so it's pretty it's pretty awesome. Like we go down there to hunt, it's like almost guaranteed we're gonna get a shot. It's almost guaranteed. And there's just so many deer too. It's insane there. It's on top of a mountain. It's freaking sweet. But yeah, so he ends up getting a hold of me probably a couple months ago now. Probably a couple months ago, like 2 months ago. Saying that he wanted to go on a trip with his woman and the kids down to Florida for a wedding. And he wasn't going to be able to go because you need to have someone behind to watch your homestead. So there's something to think about too.
Yeah, if you got animals,
if you do
you're
get into
locked down.
homesteading, you are locked down. You are locked down. Like you cannot just leave for a week at a time unless you have someone to come watch your shit.
Well, the thing, not to just come watch your shit. The thing with homesteading is you got land. That's one of your greatest assets is you got extra land, right?
Yeah.
So you have an abundance of land. So that you could put a little shed, put a little house, get yourself an indentured servant, little farm hand, let them just live there, help take care of the animals and the crop regularly. And then if you got to go, you already got somebody that's there that knows everything. Like, why not? It's like giving back to the community, helping out, get them on their feet, help them get to a position where they can go off on their own, not just take advantage of somebody. That's not what I'm saying.
It's really cool that you said that too, because that's when I was down there, my brother was talking about, because we were doing a drive along a bunch of these back roads, and you want to think back roads in New York are crazy. Back roads in Virginia are nuts.
Mountains.
They're like goat paths in the mountains. Yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
You're like, look over the side of the road and it's like treetops.
Yeah,
that's what freaks me out. You look to the side of the road and you're up above the trees, and it's like, wait, what? So if I just it's like 20 feet down.
You careen, you're done. Yeah, so we were driving past a bunch of these farms, and he was telling me he knows they made some friends with a farmer, and the farmer would allow people to stay in the farmhouse as long as they worked the field. So they didn't have to pay rent. They didn't have to pay anything really other than buy your own food and whatnot and work the farm.
That's how
and he pays you a little bit to do the work, so you make a little bit, not a lot of money, a little bit of money to work the place, but then you get to like live for free in like a farmhouse. Like farmhouses aren't shitty, dude. Farmhouses are nice.
Right.
They're nicer than what 90% of the country lives in.
Right.
So,
and if him and his wife,
land and everything,
if him and his wife are living there too, you're probably getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner made by the wife.
Yeah. Well, no, there's multiple farmhouses on the property. Like the property spans like.
Well, then if you're
insane.
efficient and you got a house full of farm hands, then y'all are cooking each other's dinners like a freaking.
Have you ever seen Yellowstone?
No.
Dude, it's like with Yellowstone, they have the barn where all the cowboys go, and they like all live there. They all bunk in there, and they pitch in and cook dinners and hang out and shit. But then they're working the land and doing cattle farming for the rest of it. And that's exactly what would be going on with all your farm hands in your freaking farmhouse that you're letting out. But what you said about maybe less advantaged people that might be little lower in society's ladder in the infrastructure of society. Maybe they've had a bad rap. Maybe they went to prison for
somebody that's sojourning in your land.
Yeah, exactly. And it's actually kind of like a godly, good man type of thing to give people chances and to help people out. So, I mean, you get to be able to do something like that and help somebody that maybe society might have cast aside, but they still have some worth in them, and they want to try and redeem themselves, so they could go to someone who has a little bit of status and needs some like dirty work done. There's some dirty work, there's some hard work that needs to be done, but if you do this and you do a good job and you don't fuck me over, then I mean, I'm a well-known farm around here, and I say your name, you're
Right.
good to go. Your reputation comes back. Nobody thinks of you as the robber or the meth head or the junkie. They think of you as like, oh, that's the farmhand, and he freaking does really good work, and he takes care of a whole farm. That whole farm's doing great. Like it gives people opportunity. And I think that's super, super cool. So it's not all bleak if you get a homestead and you're starting a little farm. Maybe in the first couple of years until you can find yourself a hand to come help, or if you have an awesome brother that will
Right.
drive down there and do it for free,
Yeah. That's why
then
family and community is key.
yeah, the thing that we hearken on so much when we talk about these types of topics is family is huge. There's a reason we're supposed to be fruitful and multiply and have like shitloads of kids,
Right.
and it's because of this exact reason. It like you're if you provide for yourself and you have land and you're cultivating it, it will feed everybody. It doesn't matter if you have 12 kids. If you live in the system and you're reliant on money and jobs and these opportunities and like social hierarchies and contracts and
And
shit,
you're upset.
you may not be able to have 12 kids.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it caps you. It caps you hardcore. There is also unlimited growth potential if you are willing to slice slivers of your soul away, slice chunks of your soul away. You could grow to be something insane and provide for whole towns.
Right.
But that's for a very select few people that get to do that type of shit. But for the average person like us, what do? We're supposed to be farmers. We're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Going
I
out
think
there,
so.
freaking tending the land and popping kids out and teaching them the Lord's word and
Right.
freaking putting them on the freaking land and getting their hands dirty.
I think so. You know what's funny is as much as I want to like do all that, I hate the westerns and country. Like you asked me if I watch Yellowstone, like I can't stand the westerns in the country, but
Bro,
I want to go live
Yellowstone
that
is
life.
awesome.
Like the life calls to me. But I'm like, no,
Dude,
leave that country shit behind.
Westerns are tough for me too. Westerns are tough, but Yellowstone is not quite a like Western in a traditional sense. It's got a lot going on for it. It's a good shit. Like, dude,
So
everybody at home watch Yellowstone. That's a good one. That'll get you in the mood to
Not
to
sponsored.
go freaking cattle farm. But if you want to sponsor us, then do it, Paramount, please. Um, yeah, right. But so yeah, I mean, I got down there and that was kind of fun too. Road tripping is freaking cool. Road tripping it was tough because I left real late at night
Yeah, I
after
always do a
work.
night drive.
Yeah, and that the trip down there was kind of rough. It took forever. It took like 10 hours. I was like, holy shit, dude.
That's how you avoid the
But
traffic.
then I got there, and yeah, dude, you avoid all the traffic. I didn't hit traffic until I got into Virginia, and I was like an hour away from his house. Because then by that time, everybody's going to work in the morning. It was like 6 in the morning by the time I was at his place, like 6:30 ish, something like that. Um, and there weren't many cops either on the way down there, which was super cool. Speed limits change up quite a bit too. It's 65 in New York on the highway, but in Virginia it's freaking 70, which is pretty sweet. People drive. Usually, I'm the fastest guy on the road. Anytime I'm on the road,
Really?
I'm usually the fastest guy on the road.
I'm usually the slowest.
Yeah. Well, I felt like the slowest guy on the road once I hit Virginia because everybody's like, dude, I'm flying down the fast lane, and there are people shoving their noses up my ass. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, get over. And he flies past me. I'm
'cause
like,
they're
you
doing,
gotta be
like,
doing 95 mile an
yeah.
hour, bro.
Yeah. They're doing damn near 100 on those 70 mile an hour roads.
But I mean, I was scared kind of the pigs. I'm not even gonna lie. So he's got pigs, he's got chickens,
The pigs will
guinea
eat you.
fowl, turkey. Yeah, pigs will eat you. They literally will eat you, and they're just huge, and they're wild things, man. They're an unsettling thing to me for some reason. But he's got bunnies, shitload of bunnies. Started with 3 bunnies, has like 40 plus bunnies now, and that was like 3 months ago is when he had 3 bunnies. So I mean, that's insane. There's a reason the saying is banging like rabbits.
Yeah, they do
Um,
reproduce like crazy.
Dude, crazy. They're more efficient food source than beef. So beef or
But you
chickens,
gotta have other
anything.
stuff with it because if you eat just rabbit, you'll starve to death.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how all that
It's
works.
because there's
I
not
mean,
enough
usually
because there's
you're,
not enough fat, and you need the fat.
yeah.
So if you're not adding fat to your diet with the rabbit, then you're not going to get enough nutrient. But yeah, it is a super lean, very dense protein.
I mean, there's good amounts of fat and a lot of vegetables and shit too. So I mean, if you're freaking eating a little bit something more than just rabbit, I mean, you're
Yeah.
not going to be just surviving on freaking rabbit, but you would be using it to substitute a lot of your protein source. And
I
I
mean,
mean,
we wouldn't
the
know
the
that unless it
biomass is
has happened to
crazy.
somebody.
Yeah, but so turkeys too. He's got turkeys. He's got frickin' rabbits, guinea fowl, chickens, ducks, uh, and pigs. And they eat a lot. That's the one thing I when I was doing all that, I'm like, huh, the food feeding these guys is crazy.
Yeah, that's the expensive part. Got to
It
keep them
kind
all fed.
of makes me wonder, like, how are you supposed to really maintain that? I mean, he has a lot of fields,
Yeah.
so he sells a lot of his like cut grass as hay.
Mm.
I think it gets hayed like 2 times a year or 3 times a year.
And he has
Uh,
somebody come do it, or he does it himself.
yeah, yeah, and they pay him to go and hay his field, right? So it's
Yeah,
like you make money by just letting farmers come in and hay your field.
right.
But then it's kind of got me wondering too, is like, well, can't you use that for feed? You might be needing to use that for feed for the
Well,
animals and
he
whatnot,
could he
but
could probably say, yeah, you hay my field and you leave me 2 bales and pay me X amount of money.
yeah,
And they're like,
yeah,
yeah, that's a square deal, fucking all day.
yeah, literally,
And like
literally.
that's probably all he's gonna need at a time, or 2 or 3 bale. Like a bale's fucking big, and 2 or 3 bales will probably get him through a season.
Yeah, or close to it. But I mean, if you can kind of integrate with your community, which I'm freaking
Or does
stoked
he?
about it with them. They integrated pretty
Yeah.
well. Like they have friends, they have freaking people that are farmers, like their neighbors are pretty handy people. Like
Did
I think that's just like
did
the
anybody
the
come by and check you out while you were there?
no. Nope.
Uh,
I was just alone, dude, for freaking like 4 days. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool.
even just
Getting
my
stoned on pot cookies. It was great.
even I go over to my father's house. His neighbors will see, because usually they're looking out for like anything bad going on
Yeah,
over at my
yeah.
dad's house when he's not there. But like if I stop over at my dad's and he's not there and I take off, they'll like let him know that I stopped by. And like that sort of shit's awesome. Like you should meet your neighbors, integrate with your neighbors, be friendly, look out for each other, have each other's backs. Like if you can't trust the people living right next to you, you got a problem.
Yeah, literally.
And
Literally.
so yeah, get into your community and help each other out.
Like I think he actually let his one neighbor know because before he moved into the place, he had his neighbor was watching over the property. And actually this little story here will let you know the kind of neighbors you're dealing with in Virginia, or at least in his little area of Virginia. So the dude's name is Ken, and he was watching over the property for the previous homeowners until it got sold. And they're building another house, which is already built now, but at the time it wasn't. Pretty much kitty corner from kind of this place.
Okay.
So if you take this road, you're going up a mountain, and it's like a dirt road, like single. It's not even a road. It's just a long driveway that branches off to like 5 different houses along the path up the mountain. And my brother's is at the top of the mountain. And so there's these guys that are using like my brother's property to drive across to build that house, and then the people that live there now are driving across his property like to go to the house. And before my brother moved in there, Kenneth was watching over it, and he was noticing that, and he's like, what the fuck? So what he did one day while the construction workers were getting ready to come in for work, he set up a lawn chair and sat right in the path and didn't let them pass, and it caused a backup because they got all sorts of trucks that are supposed to be going in there for this construction of this house.
That's so funny.
And it backed up the path all the way down to the road, and the cops ended up getting called on him, and he got arrested over it.
Wow.
But it was a false arresting, so nothing happened to him because he wasn't doing anything wrong. That's his property. That's not their property. They did not have permission to drive across that property to go do this construction.
Right.
But that's the type of guy Kenneth is he went out there and he sat in a lawn chair and disrupted him and took a day in jail for frickin' his neighbor. So
that's dope.
I don't know. Like the culture there's definitely different. People are handy, and you kind of have to be. You're living in the mountains. It's a lot more rural. Like you do have big cities like within distance of you, but I don't know. It's not the same as even in like New York. Like we do have a lot of rural shit going on too, but it's not as raw, dude. It really isn't. There's something with like rural Virginia that it kind of breeds that type of person. And we do have some good people in New York too. Like no doubt, hands down. We got good neighbors, good people that are very, very handy. You have to be. It's called for.
Yeah. People do.
But I did notice it down there. It's pretty cool. Like they're all very, very handy people, and they all do the same thing too. They're doing the little farmsteads. They've all got like tractor stuff going on, and they're 4-wheelers and animals and like pigs. Dude, my brother got his pigs from people he talked to. He talked to them, and they live like close by, and they just freaking traded them pigs. And it's like, holy shit, dude.
Heck yeah.
That's freaking dope. Like, what did we talk about when we were doing the homesteading episode? That's what we were talking about. Really, is like
everybody does
you
different
gotta
thing.
network.
Do what interests you. Like of
barter
course,
system.
yeah, of course. There's going to be like core things. Like everybody should do X, Y, Z so that you can feed your family and have the basics and the core shit. But then like do what you're interested to. Do what you're interested in. Like somebody does bees, so he's got honey. Somebody else has extra horses and cows, so they got manure and compost. Or this guy's got the biggest tractor, the most efficient, so he's the one that bales everybody's hay. And XYZ, everybody comes together. You got the most efficient commune. You got the most efficient... It's your city, your town, your neighborhood. Like, it doesn't have to be starting from scratch, build a new commune. Like, no, you already have a community. It's called your town. Go out and meet people, help each other out. Just for free, for barter. Quit being stingy. Quit acting broke.
It's like favors, right? I mean, you do it because you want to be a good person, but also you do it because it does grant you favors with people.
Yeah.
But that's just like favors as a currency is actually a great thing because it's not just it's not just like a monetary thing where you have X amount of value making X amount of purchasing power. It's like your favor that you do for somebody grants you another favor proportionate to the character of the person and like the deed that's been done. So it doesn't have to just be tied up with like $10 worth of produce I gave you. So that's $10 worth of favor. It's like, no, maybe somebody really needed firewood and you got them firewood in the middle of winter, and now you have a favor coming back at you that's like worth way more than the firewood you gave them. Say you gave them $50 worth of firewood, and the favor they end up giving you is maybe they give you a couple of pigs. Pigs are worth a shit ton of money, like a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, it kind of works its way up, and like the way that these communities operate, it's not as calculated, but it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be as calculated for it to flourish and to be prosperous.
Yeah.
Because the way that it operates is off of this system of like favors and goodwill.
Yeah,
and
nobody's in need, nobody's struggling, nobody's really having a hard time because everybody else has each other's back. So then if everybody flourishes, everybody can help each other to a point where everybody's set.
Yep.
And that sounds pretty great.
You just take care of each other. That's really what it is. It's like you want to be taken care of, well, you got to take care of other people. And if everybody operated like that, it's game over. It's game over. But nobody, especially in today's world, modern society bothers the shit out of me, and I notice it a lot when I'm driving. Driving is nuts because I've been taught how to drive properly through work because we're watched like hawks when you deliver for frickin' and so I have to like obey every single law of the road. You have to stop at every single stop sign because if you drive through it, then the camera catches you and you lose your job or you lose a day's worth of work. And so you can't be doing that shit, right? So it teaches you how to drive right, and you're also like doing a service for everybody. You're almost like the post office. You're giving people shit that they ordered. Like you're like a public servant, kind of.
Yeah.
You're like a public person. And so I'm in a distinguished vehicle. You can tell it's Amazon, and I got my four-ways on. And do you think that people would give you any type of grace to like pull over properly, or maybe you need to back into somebody's driveway so you're trying to do that thing? No, not at all.
No,
everybody's out for them fucking selves, and
they know
they
who you
literally
are.
will create the most dangerous situations imaginable just because they don't want to slow down. Like, it's the craziest thing in the world. And I know I said I'm the fastest guy on the road usually, but that doesn't mean that I'm not like the most like conscientious, because I know what's going on. If I see that there's stuff going on up ahead, I don't just
They're not gonna let you speed
out of
anyway.
sight, out of mind that shit.
So it's not like you're
I
speeding.
just go nicely around, or make sure everybody's safe, make sure everything's good. But there's just too many people nowadays that completely abandon all of that shit, and it's like they think it all operates for them.
Right.
And it's like, we share this space. This is a shared space, a communal space, and like you're being a dick right now, and it is gonna cause someone to die, like, or loss of property.
Right.
The world is not the same as it used to be. It's like everybody is.
I mean,
driving's
driving's always been dangerous.
Yeah, but I also feel like nowadays, I mean, the only thing saving us nowadays is the technology. So like the braking systems and the early warning alarms and shit like that. Because without stuff like that, I'm telling you right now, the amount of accidents would go up insane. Insane.
Deaths per accident. Injuries per accident.
Oh yeah. Like
the accidents
bad
are still
events.
happening.
Yeah.
And technology is
like my
actually
freaking car.
a negative variable because people are on their phones doing bullshit all the time.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be, I don't know, man. I had a good time, though. I had a good time down there. Doing a lot of the you have to wake up and instantly start feeding animals, and I'm a bachelor the way that I live, like I don't have many like responsibilities really outside of go to work and like make sure that bills are paid type shit. Like my house, I don't have animals, I don't have kids, so there's no like routines that I have to adhere to. So going down there and doing the farmstead stuff, it was really nice because I have had routines before, like obviously,
Mm.
but in this season of my life, that's not personally what I have going on. So like to kind of break out of that and to get into that, like these animals need you
Mm.
and you got to feed them and take care of them. Make sure that the bear aren't getting to them. You got to make sure that you put that freaking electric fence back on after you turn it off to get into their pens and feed them and stuff. You got to make sure your shit's good. You got to take care of them, and it's not great to have to wake up early in the morning and rush out to feed animals, monotonous bullshit. But it does pay. It pays a different way, and it
Rewarding
also pays in cash too
spiritually.
if you do end up selling stuff too. But yeah, it's like a spiritual thing. It is, and it creates like a discipline in you that I kind of I know the importance of discipline, and
Discipline.
for like the homesteading is probably one of the best ways to get discipline.
You rock a
Truly.
discipline.
Like, how do people get discipline in the modern world? In a modern society,
A
how do
master
people
teacher
get discipline?
discipline.
The gym.
I guess.
That's how people are doing it. It's like that's where people are getting their discipline nowadays is the gym or their diets.
Yeah.
And that is so conceited and it doesn't yield any other fruit other than for yourself.
That is wise, Tommy. You're right.
And it's like,
Like your discipline should be rewarding others, not yourself. Like
yeah,
it should be a task that like builds yourself, but in a way that services others.
yeah.
And
They don't have to be exclusive.
yeah, you're right. The gym and the diet is just vain discipline.
Yeah. It's vanity, bro.
That is a wise assessment, sir.
And it's like, so the type of discipline that you get from a homesteading type life, a farmsteading type life, it's tough, right? It's not like, I mean, it is a little bit of a workout, so you do get that aspect of it, but it's not like a full workout. So you'd have to do a
mean-
little extra in a workout department if that's what you were really worried about.
You do it every
But
day, and it would be, especially.
you're taking care of the animals and you're protecting them in the land too. If you do grow stuff, they haven't really started growing a lot of like
Weed.
crops this year. Yeah, pretty much. No, it's legal there, dude. Their neighbor grows a shit ton of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gave him plants too. Just gave 2 plants over to my brother and his woman. So it's like, holy shit, dude, the freaking weed's plentiful. The neighbors are cool as shit. I mean,
Heck yeah.
what the heck? What else do you really want? And the kids. Oh yeah, this is another angle. So my nieces, they are wild savages, and it's awesome because they're actually living the life that kids are supposed to be living.
Yeah, they're like
a lot of
kids.
kids nowadays are just fucked up, but they don't even like do kid shit.
Right.
So what all kids are fucked up, bro. Compared to what adults think. Adults are like, "Oh yeah, we're ordered, we're structured, we're disciplined." But and so any kid is going to look crazy to you. But the type of crazy that you get from kids that go outside and play all the time and that kids that go out and feed the animals and do shit like that, like they're just more capable.
Yeah.
They're more capable individuals and like they might struggle a little bit in school and the sit down sessions and like doing tests and shit. Maybe they won't. Maybe they do pretty good at that too. But if they do struggle in that shit, I mean, throw them into softball because that's what my niece is doing right now. And she's like nuts. She's nuts. She's got the coach freaking saying that she's like the best that they got. And I mean, the kid freaking didn't go to school for quite a while because between the moving and shit and whatnot. And then, so she was pretty much just living the farmstead life, 4-wheeling, hunting. Dude, my niece is, oh crap, 8 years old. 8 years old. Yeah, I'm gonna say 8. I'm gonna say she's 8 years old, and she and she freaking has already bagged a deer. She shot a buck with a freaking crossbow
Hell yeah.
over this past year. Dude,
That's
what?
dope.
Like most kids aren't freaking bagging their first deer at 8 years old. It's like there's different rewards, and I mean she's super smart. She's super smart. She's super talented in the softball department. So I'm imagining that like as she gets a little bit older and into school more, I mean she's gonna have to hit the books to stay in sports. Like you can't have
Right.
shitty grades and be in sports.
Right.
So it's gonna help her prioritize the schoolwork too. And I mean
I mean,
a lot of kids are
homeschool.
afraid of that physical shit now.
You just
They don't want to
homeschool.
go out and play. Like, who wants to go play? Like, we got fucking Roblox, bro.
Yeah.
What? I don't want to go play outside, dude. I got this tablet that's been
YouTube.
shoved in my face since I was fucking 2 months old.
Right.
Like, get that shit out of your kid's face. I don't care how much they throw a fucking tantrum. I really
The
don't.
YouTube.
Fucking get rid of that shit.
So I had refrained from TV at all with the baby, and it wasn't until after, a little bit before, but I think there was like one episode of TV before, and then after her first birthday, we started putting on TV a little bit more regularly, maybe like 2 or 3 times a week. And the baby got used to it and started like pointing at the TV and handing us the remote
Yep.
and expecting us to
Yep.
put on TV. And then we were like, nope, no more TV.
Yeah.
We want
only
it to
thing
be
I
kind of
could-
limited. I don't want it to be a priority. I just want it to be something that is there. It doesn't need to be
Yeah.
this thing that we do all the time.
I think it kind of what it begs is for a choice in like content. And I mean, as shitty as a lot of content there is right now, like we're flooded with all the slop, But there's also a lot of really good shit too. Like you could find some good like
Yeah.
Christian centered freaking like cartoons doing Bible stories and stuff like that. Stuff's aplenty now. Like there's so much. And even other stuff, whatever they're interested in, you can just kind of flood them with stuff that helps teach them. That's just maybe a little bit more fun. It just have to be kid centered.
I loved
But like, the
documentaries
Disney
when I
stuff
was a
is
kid.
crazy. Yeah, documentaries were sick, dude. I used to like them too.
And that's just like downloading information into your brain. You could let
I've
your
noticed
kid-
that my niece, so I've got, my sister's kid and that, or kids now, plural. She's got 2 now. But, and then my brother's 2 kids. And my brother's the farm setter, and my sister, she kind of is like a hybrid lifestyle. She does little tiny, like farm steady, like off the grid type stuff. But she also does like society shit. She's also like part of the world. So
She's a worldly girl.
her kid doesn't like documentary like at all. But my brother's kids are Harper, at least the older one, she could sit down and watch an animal documentary and she would love it. She would eat the freaking shit out of that. She would love it. But trying to get my other niece to sit down and watch anything about animals or even anything about, dude, I could have Pokemon, like the AI documentaries going on, like trying to show her cool Pokemon stuff
Is
with
it-
them like looking real and like in the world. And,
Is
like,
it like The Voice? Here we have this creature, and if you
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
closely, you see what it does. Like
Yeah.
that kind of descriptive voice just puts her to sleep. She hates it.
yeah.
Turns her
Yeah.
off hardcore.
But then again, she's also the one that's the most interested in the Bible. Anytime
cool.
that I talk to her about like
really cool.
Bible stuff, she'll sit down and she will listen. She actually listens to me, the stories that I tell. And it's because I told her a couple of really good like fairy tale stories when she was a little bit younger than she is now. I told her about Wendigos, and I told her about dragons and gave her like freaking crazy story. Oh, and Spooter Bob, which was a spider that was in my car
It's so
for
funny.
a few days. And like ever since those like couple of stories, she likes my stories. She listens to my
It's
stories. So
great.
now I talk about the Bible and I talk about like pre-flood civilization, or I talk about like Genesis,
Right.
or even the Exodus out of Egypt. I talk about any of that type of stuff,
Right.
and she listens to me and she remembers it. She remembers it, and I'm like, that's freaking cool.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool.
That really is. Sculpting the young minds.
It's weird seeing the differences between like how you could raise one group of people and raise another group of people, and like where they excel individually and where they like lack individually. And it seems like they still kind of come out pretty good for the most part. There are definitely going to be differences, but I feel like kids have such a life-giving principle in them. Like just the fact that like they're growing. They have like the life actually like evolving them actively, like making them grow and like unfold as a being. I feel like that in itself like tries to bring order and tries to bring
I think you're not wrong. You're certainly correct.
like
And
real growth.
I don't think that any sort of like you put it as like this kid grew up this way, this kid grew up this way. Either way is fine. They're growing up into great adults. That's totally solid, but I'm going to reposition it as like these people experience these trauma, these people experience these trauma, and regardless, we're all growing up into functional adults. Like
Yeah.
everybody's okay. We all are coming up from different upbringings. We all were raised different ways. We all
We
experience
adapt.
different traumas. We're all growing up into fully functional adults. Like let's first of all, please just start being a fully functional adult. There's too many like
Yeah.
dysfunctional children, adults out there. Just get on the
Yeah.
same page. Let's all just be functioning members of society at the bare minimum. But
Or work at it to
yeah,
the best of your ability.
yeah.
Just always keep working towards it.
But that being said, that can't be the baseline. That can't be the expectation. That can't be enough for you to be like, my kid's good. We
Oh
all,
yeah, no.
we all had our trauma. We all grew up to be fully functional adults. My kid's good. Like, no, let's all do better for our children, first of all. And also,
Yeah.
the baseline should be, like you just said, introducing them to God, introducing them to Jesus Christ. Because I think that is the point of life, is getting to know God. And I think that's what we need to be imparting on our children. And so that's what we should be working towards, not just making them functional adults, because really they're gonna be anyway, regardless, no matter what.
Yeah.
Every parent's kind of shitty and faulted in some way, shape, or form. They're all doing a good job, I think. Not all of them, but for the most part, the ones that
Most
try.
people are trying.
Yeah, for the most part, the ones that
Some
try,
people-
y'all are good parents. Like, everybody's gonna
Yeah.
grow up to be fine. But yeah, teach your kids about God, instill the faith, and give them the knowledge, the tools, the stories, the excitement to know God.
It is exciting.
That's what
It
we're
is
here
exciting.
for. That's why we're here. We're trying to bring you that
I
message.
kind of wish it was put to me a little bit better when I was a kid. And that's why I think that with my one niece I went after it in that type of fashion with like stories and stuff, and like making it more grand. Like I'm not trying to add too much to it to where it's like falsifying events or anything, but I always leave possibility in there
Right.
to what we don't know. If we don't know something, then I mean that's kind of like a open invitation to have fun with it. But like know your fundamentals, but like you can explore and have fun. Dude, if the Bible was given to me in a fashion of where like we had the Book of Enoch. If I would have learned about the Book of Enoch as a kid and being like, dude, wait, are you telling me that there were giants on the earth? And like they kind of almost had humanity wiped out, and then God was like, dude, we have to flood them out. And that there were like giant trees, and like you see the stumps everywhere around the world right now, and like it even says in the Book of Enoch that the angels had to come down and cut those trees so that the giants didn't survive the flood because they were trying to climb the trees to survive the flood. Like, if I was told stuff like that, that would have got me way more interested in the Bible. Like 1,000 times more interested in the Bible. But all I got was like, there's this Jesus guy. He was a perfect dude. He was perfect. Didn't sin. They killed him.
For you.
I'm like, okay.
You should believe in him or you're going to hell.
Yeah. And then it's
like what a weird way to teach a faith.
It's like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, it's taught
it's like,
so confusing.
There's no context.
Yeah.
There's no story to it outside of, and like, yeah, the way that it's like taught to people on like from like a religious standpoint, you could say from like a churchy type of standpoint, it doesn't feel like it's chronological even. It doesn't even feel like it feels like they jump around all the time. Where it's like, tell me the story. How did this all start and how did we get here? And like along the way, like what are the cool parts? Like tell me that type of stuff. But instead I'm getting like, okay, so there's Jesus. So we got to Jesus before even the creation of man. And it's like, okay. And it's just like nothing ever gets fully freaking fledged out until you do it yourself. But that you have to be like interested. And if you have a preconceived idea about what it all is, then you're going to be less interested in going after it.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of, I don't know. The way that you bring stuff like that up to kids is massively important.
I was going to say, well, this ain't no kids show, but that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're delivering it for you in a fun way. We're going through it, and we're trying to teach it to you.
Yeah, the way that we're learning it. Because we're both still freaking learning it. It's not like we know everything.
Right.
Not even close. There's so much to learn. We got Bible episodes to record soon, too. So
yeah, we're starting
you guys, if you haven't gotten into our Bible episodes, get into them because they're good. And we got into... we just got into Exodus.
We got to redo it. That first episode is the one we lost. So join us when we start Exodus all over again.
Dang, man. That's so sad. It's all right. It gives us another opportunity to read through it again.
Yep. Oh, we love you guys. I'm sorry about the vacation.
Hey, guys, we were on vacation.
There'll be more.
All right.
There'll be more. When I have another baby, I'll be gone. So expect it.
Yeah.
This is just a hobby. You know what? If you want us to be putting out more episodes, if you don't want us to take such a vacation, make it more worth our while. Like, follow, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, all the socials. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you.
Bye, guys.